Let's talk about global warming, then I want to get to the snowflakes.
Okay.
We were on stage, and a woman got up and asked you a question about global warming, and you went on to explain why you don't believe in it. You said you changed your, no, you said you got some new evidence recently.
Yeah.
What happened that night?
Okay.
Why did that clip go viral?
The lady said, I have children and you got a few bucks and don't you want, I want to leave the world a better place for my kids, essentially what she was saying.
Which is a good question.
Yeah, it's fine, it's
Do
fair
you?
enough. Yeah, I like my children, I want my children very much, but I realize it's up to them, it's not up to me. See, I put
You're one of the biggest
responsibility.
force multipliers in the world.
Yeah, but
They don't have a following.
but it's up to the individual. I can give you all the information, but if you don't pull the trigger and take action. So getting back to the lady, and I said, I went through my story, which is not a story. Sally and I are in the South Pole, 2011, and we're there, and there's a big $500 million scientific station there that's mostly funded by the U.S. government. And the scientists came over and gave us presentations, and they had that time they had drilled 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000 cores in the South Pole. Not many people realize the South Pole is on a mountaintop, so you're up about 12, 13, 14,000 feet. So a lot of people suffer from oxygen deprivation. Didn't bother Sally and I. And so he's going through these cores, and then he says, in 55,000 years ago, it was 1.96 degrees warmer Celsius than today. And stop. Let's go back to that. How do you know that? And then all these MIT, Caltech, all these guys, oh, well, because of this, E equals bullshit. We know for absolutely within a millionth of a percent, it was warmer.
But no one's denying
No,
that.
no, wait. Okay. And we all know it's cyclical.
Yeah, we know it's cyclical.
Okay, and then what about global warming? Everybody laughs all at the same time. It's a load of shit. I mean, we could have predicted this global warming 100 years before, but nobody did because nobody figured out a way to make any money out of it.
Okay, but when people talk about global warming, they're talking about the human being accelerated version of the warming. No one's saying that it's not cyclical.
No. They say it has nothing to do with the hairspray, the ozone, nothing. Zero. In fact, if you read Scientific American like the good MIT guy you are, you would have known 3 months ago they said for the first time in 40 years, the ozone, is thickened up again.
Yeah, the ozone has, but that's a little different than carbon dioxide emissions. And
They
all
also
that stuff.
said that we've known for at least 50, 60, 70 years that every square meter on the ground, on the planet, has between 10 and 15,000 times more energy from the sun than is needed. 10 to 15,000. How does it vary? You're closer to the sun, it's 15,000. Farther from the sun, 10,000.
Okay, what does that mean?
Now,
there's tons of energy on this
tons
planet.
and tons and tons. Okay, the first electric car was in 1846, I believe. I don't believe, I know. 1846. Do you think if we really wanted fucking electric cars, we couldn't have them? It was 35 or 40 years before gasoline cars. But now, since then, and then of course, then Sally and I went to the North Pole.
Okay, the electric car thing is because of the oil business and all that, right?
Correct, I'll get back to that.
We'll get back to
so
that.
then we go to the North Pole, and now there's Russian scientists. Hardly anybody spoke English, okay? And we got remarried at the North Pole, and we talked to the scientists, and same questions, same answers as we got from the South Pole. And then global warming, they all laughed, drinking vodka. Everybody's drinking when on the North Pole, the Russians. And Russians do like to drink vodka, as they say. And they were saying, yeah, it's just a load of shit. Everybody knows it's a load of shit, and we've known it for years. When I was in the energy business, and forevermore I'm be an oil man, okay?
You are an oil man.
Well, an oil man. Everybody knew that when people will take more seriously global warming is when Aramco, Saudi, the kingdom, runs out of oil. Now, 2 years ago, Aramco, which is a petroleum company of the Saudi government, announced they're going to go public. This was when oil was $28 a barrel. Now, why would smart guys, MIT kind of guys, say they're going to go public at the lowest oil price in the last 30, 40 years? Why?
Why?
Because when you go public, and they're going to sell 2% of the company off. When they go public, they have to report a reserve report, publish a reserve report, which means that for the first time in the history since they discovered oil there, J. Paul Getty discovered oil there back 70, 80 years ago, they're going to know about plus or minus 10% how much oil the Saudis really have. Now, I'm here to tell you, they have hundreds of trillions of barrels. They're never going to run out of fucking oil in your children's lifetime. Now, they've now pulled back and they've changed 3 times the date of the public offering. 3 times in the last 2 years. Now, 2019 looks good, but maybe not. We'll let the market dictate. Of course, oil is up from $25, $26 a barrel up to 65-ish, more or less. They don't want to publish that number if they don't have to. The price, I hear, the price, where the lines cross, supply and demand for Aramco, for the kingdom, is around $75 to $80 a barrel. Stabilized over 2, 3, 4, 5 years, not one day. Okay, so I don't see one they're going to go public, because if they do, they're going to have to tell what the reserves are. And you know what the price of oil is going to do when they say that there's 42 gazillion barrels of oil?
It's going to drop.
Like a fucking stone.
And so what does this have to do with the global warming argument?
No, because global warming is an anomaly based on hyped up by this generation for something to bitch about. We've had it. We had it 55,000 years ago. We had it 300,000 years ago. But to blame it on us is bullshit.
Isn't it not accelerated by humans and carbon emissions?
100 millionth of a percent.
Okay.
Who cares?
So this is just a scam and a sham and all this.
I'm jealous of Vice President, what's his face?
Gore.
Gore. I'm jealous. And Sally and I were on a plane with him. A few years ago, he got in trouble because of the footprint, you know, the big G3 he flies around, or G5, I guess it is. And so he was flying commercial. We were coming back from Peru. Lima, and Sally and I are down there on some safari, and I noticed, God, well, why are these guys with fucking suits in here? Business class, they had no first class, and so it's Vice President Gore. He stands up, and and he's not as tall. You know, all these people that say they're 6'3". I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, he's about your height, and you know,
everyone says
only 6'1". He's only 6'1". He's about.
Everyone says I'm as tall as you.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
Okay, I'm not 6'1".
No.
Oh.
Okay. And
does Gore believe in climate change, or is it all made up?
I don't know. I can't speak for the former vice president. But he's got to know the same stats I know. Now, since then, since the thing went viral because of your movie premiere, I had my crack staff do some research. And then I double-checked the research. I found one error. You know how many people have been to the North and South Pole? Both, since the beginning of motherfucking time, recorded time.
Couple hundred? Just you and Sally?
No.
How many?
Not counting the teams, but the lead people,
Yeah.
10 people, plus Sally and I. 12. Since the beginning of fucking time. You know how many of those other 10 are bitching about global warming? 0. I can't wait. I was supposed to be on a panel at George Mason University last March. First it was going to be a talk. I could talk about anything, and then it wasn't. Then it was a panel, and then they wouldn't let me film it, so then I dropped out. But I was hoping global warming would come up.
And so you're saying because you were at the South and you were at the North, I mean, it doesn't make you an expert. But
No, but I talked to the experts.
Okay, and none of them
These
buy it.
journalists, these fucking journalists that are writing about this, they haven't talked to Dick. They haven't talked to anybody. Nobody's asked me what I saw there. Nobody's asked me the scientists that I met with. Yeah, 10 plus Sally and I. And Sally and I are bipolar.